Alright, captains, it is time for the Imperial Japanese Navy's Tier 8 cruiser, Mogami. I gotta be honest with you, captains, I have been looking forward to taking out the terror of the Tier 8 seas, this most infamous of ships.
He's not just famous, he's infamous.
Wow, the infamous? Infamous?
That's right, infamous. I wanted to see if the current version of the ship could hold a candle to her storied past of burning down enemy ships with extreme prejudice. And two, to see how this tech tree version of the premium-esque Takao and full premium Atago compares. And well, I gotta say that knowing about the Nerf bat beating that was, makes a lot of sense now, because while the 155 Mogami is still a strong ship, she does feel shackled from releasing her true potential, much like a, I don't know, like an F1 car in pit lane, which for me most definitely makes the comparison between her and the premiums the lesser sister. And the first area in which she is most definitely less than, for me, is her torpedo arcs. The Takao and Atago has a front and rear firing torpedo arcs, whereas the Mogami, like all the ships in line before her, have the butt launching torps. Now, while you can most certainly put these butt launchers to good use and to achieving some great effects, the fact that they are rear facing means you have less angles of attack and therefore fewer attack options. But as you're seeing by this point, you can figure out, at least I did sorta, how best to use these butt launchers to take down some ships, including the turrets, give them a little taste of his own torpedo medicine. And every so often, captains, you can line up a couple of birds and knock them down with your butt torps and get maybe a, I don't know, a double strike. Boop, boop, hello, King George, hello, Mr. Cuda. Double strike, delight, yes please. And of course, with the butt launch torpedoes, that means you do expose that juicy broadside to getting sit wrecked, which of course leads to the second lesser than, the fact that Mogami does not have any heel packs to use. Ouch! And I would have so loved to have had them. And of course, there is now a somewhat of a third issue that is definitely true for the 155mm Mogami, and that is something that you have yet to see thus far, captains, and that is Citadel collecting. My goodness gracious, I had a hard time collecting Citadels in the ship. In fact, I'm going to show you the 8 Citadels I got out of my 35 plus games in the 155 Mogami right here and there. There was no feast or famine with the 155s, it was mostly famine. And in large part due to the tier 10 matchups I found myself in. I had 13 matches one night in which 12 of my games were tier 10s, and while I can most certainly spam them in the high heavens with my HE, they usually ended like this. Covered in citadels, devastating strike ribbons, and a lot of death. But captains, it doesn't mean that you're completely neutered in the tier 10 matchmaking. The 155 Mogami can still dance with those devils and even sail away if you're lucky. Yes, captains, I kind of had a funny experience in this ship because I got bottom tiered almost the entire time I was in this thing. I was thinking, what the heck is going on, man? What is up with this thing? And I wanted to focus exclusively on the 155s. I did play a couple of games in the 203 just to get a little bit better comparison between the Takao and then obviously the Atago. And when I did go with the 203s, I got a couple more Citadels for sure. I definitely got some fires to boot, and I had a lot less binkages, but those torpedo arcs and lack of a heel pack really shined in the differences between her and her premium sisters. But the match I'm going to show you is going to focus exclusively on the 155mm Mogami and see if the old bird has still got some left after that Nerf bat beating. So without further ado, let's roll right into the replay. Which sees us mid-tier in a tier 9 matchup on the map Mountain Range. And And now my captain skill should look oddly familiar because this is the same boy I've been moving up the line. So of course I have the expert loader to change in between HE and AP shells, which doesn't matter too much for the 155 since you have a 10-second reload rate as opposed to the 15 for the 203s. Do have the expert marksman because actually the 155 guns turn slower than the big boys. Can you believe that? What is up with that? I do not understand that. Change that, please. Adrenaline rush because like you showed in the highlights, you do get tagged in the side quite often, and so the reload does progress nicely even with the 10-second base reload rate. Demolition expert to start more fires, and concealment expert to be the ninja Japanese boat. After that, I'm not really quite sure. I probably will go for superintendent as I will be getting heal packs with the Ibuki and the Zao, of course, and maybe of course AFT, but we'll see. Maybe manual AA, I don't know, who knows, we'll see. After that, it's kind of captain's choice. Now for my upgrades and modules, you can see she's fully kitted out, and of course with the 155s and my upgrades, I have the rudder shift to turn just a wee bit quicker and the ninja concealment upgrade. I did go for the AA one just because I live in hope of swatting down planes because the Mogami AA suite is rubbish. And of course for my flags, I am running the captain and XP boost ones to try to get on and up into that Ibuki. Alright, well, we had the south central eastern spawn, and we're going to kind of mosey on over towards the AB side. That's where our fleet definitely looked to be deployed. Ooh, Mr. Kiev is hanging broadside in the cap zone. That is dangerous, Mr. Smart. Not so smart. But I do have my 15 guns with the 155mm Mogami. It is almost Atlanta-esque in that abuse it can dish out to enemy destroyers, but you do dance on the knife's edge because that means you're going to be close to the enemy big boy battleships who can hurt you in such a serious bad way. And I had detected, holy crap, that means their destroyer that is probably there on my right-hand side. Yep, that corner I'm definitely going to ping out, and hopefully our sky cancer, he's got 3 fighter squadrons can point out. Now I don't need I don't need the priority target to know that everybody in their ball wants to shoot at me. So I gotta start turning away. I can't hang with that Kiev anymore. I was hoping to maybe make his smoke, but oh, tally ho, there's the Benson. That would be such a nice guy to take out of the game first. That Benson is such a nasty little man pajama. So fire on his last known pause. Oh, a little floaty these shells just a wee bit, but oh, less than 1,000. Oh, he hits the brakes, so those are gonna miss. That might get there though. He is definitely smoked up. Oh, our Kiev, man, rethink life. Don't go chasing in after him. Everybody can see your butt, and so too can that Benson in his little smoke, so run away, please. Oh, they got Chucky Martel, Missouri. Oh, man, okay, well, this ain't going so good. All right, Ninja dropped off the detection again. Oh, the Benson torpedoes. I was hoping I could maybe swing in and get my butt face to him so I could launch some torpedoes in that smoke and catch a Benson acting a fool, but I'm worried about our Kiev. I don't want to turn pinky pie. I like pink. We call it salmon. Where I'm from, we call it salmon, but I don't want to launch those torpedoes because, again, that Kiev is right there, so... All right, well, our team is definitely kind of hunkered in, which is, not the best thing in the world, but we are close together, so that means we can't focus. And there is a Missouri right there, and that'd be a nice one. They got 2 of them, so that's 2 radar boats. It'd be nice if we could focus on him right now. He is a fire, so let's see if I can add some fiery fury onto his decks with my 15 guns. I just love it. 15. Oh my goodness. Give me the boats with lots of guns. I love them. Hot. Oh, look at 4 binches though. That is something I did come across with this 155 Mogami. A lot of shell breakages. I'm not really quite sure why. I did see some people trying to make the case for using the IFHE on this thing, and that maybe could improve some of those damage numbers, but of course it's going to come to a hit to your fire starting chance, which isn't the greatest. It's only a 12% chance to start fires with a 155 versus the 19 with the 203s, so you're going to take a hit on that, but again, you're shooting in bunches, so it might be worth it. I don't know. I definitely need more input on that one. But I did vanish again because we do finally, like I said, have a lot of cannons down here aimed on that Missouri, so I don't want to be giving away my position too much yet. He is going in full US mode, reversal, bow on battleship mode, so he's getting a lot of love from those boys, and I don't want to give away my pause because, again, some big, ugly battleships are always going to be looking to pop the Mogami. I know I am when I'm sailing a battleship. That's who I look for. I look for Japanese boats. When I see Myokos, Mogamis, Ayobas, I just love to pop those buggers. So anyway, let's see if we can maybe move in. He is on fire again, still getting focused. Enemy destroyer out on the west side, so definitely mindful of him. but it's getting kind of hairy. We are down 2 caps at the moment and down 1 destroyer. So, all right, let's see. We need to put this Miz down sooner rather than later. Now, Scharnhorst I can spy with my eye, and so I'm going to try to make myself maybe neutral to him and provide a bounce. Oh, they're good. Got a fire finally, so we can start racking up some damage. Yeah, because there was the other Missouri there. Oh, and look at that. I knew it. The Sharny, little cheeky bugger, was trying to get himself some Mogami love and Citadel action. So it looks like, okay, that Missouri is down, so let's focus on the Scharnhorst and let's start turning and trying to kite away. This could be dangerous because I am showing some broadsides to that Battleship Missouri and, of course, that Scharnhorst there. And, oh, this could be dangerous. Oh, I do get a fire on that Scharnhorst. Finally, excelente. And, oh, good. All right, so let's start the kite maneuver now and get away. 15.7 kilometers, not the greatest in the world. Look at that Missouri. This is dangerous. Showing a broadside. I could get punished here. Oh, I got another fire and 3,400 points of damage. Nice. Oh, incoming from the Sharny. Come on. Turn for the auto bounce angles. Turn. Boom. Oh, that sound of silence as your Citadel bell ringing. Ouch. Well, it wasn't so bad because it is just a Scharnhorst. Glad it wasn't that Missouri that was shooting at me though, but that's what I was saying. 15.7 kilometers, not the greatest range. I guess the 155 used to have like 18 kilometer range. Oh my goodness, that would have been awesome. But anyway, torpedoes coming in for that Benson, so I don't want to be turned around too much. I want to wait for those torpedoes to run out. But Mr. Minsk is getting a little minxy over here. But he's got a couple of cruisers. I think our Neptune and our Cooter was over here. So let's see if I could just lend some HE love and action to this Minsk. And oh, there we go. 3,400 points of damage and a fire. Knocked out his engines to boot. Fire on his paws, but those are probably going to miss him because he was skirting around that island. And all right. Look at how our fleet's deploying. We got a good little battleship moving in and see if maybe we can lend just a couple more rounds of damage onto this Minsk and put him down and definitely clear our back lines. That'd be nice. So, well, can we get 1 round? And we do. That's all we needed. 1 round to knock out his engines and knock him out of the game. Sweetness. So all we got left is little scumbag Benson hanging around the beat cap with his battleships. Our battleships are getting jiggy in there. Reaper's getting buck. Nice. King George and Amagi. Sweet. That's what I like to see. So I'm going to try to scooch on forward. And I can see south as well too. We got I think our Pensacola and a couple of ships that were made their way around to the sea cap and chasing, harassing our carrier's position. So I'm gonna be mindful of those boys. So Mr. Sharny, let's show you if we can burn some love onto his decks. I've been really thinking about picking up that Scharnhorst. I hear a lot of good things about it, but let's see if burning Mogami fires is one of them. Come on. A couple of binkages land on top of his head right there on one of his little turrets. So let's see. Come on. Let's get into that meat juicy section. Oh, he took a big hit, but almost 3,000 points of damage from my end. Some more binkages, of course, though. Yeah, look at that King George and a North Carolina. Ooh, got to be mindful of those boys. Yep, Mr. Reaper, our big Miz, just took down the Sharny. So weakness. Nice. Yeah, that was a Pensacola. I thought so. So Pensacola is getting harassed by a Chucky Martel and a North Carolina and even a King George who may have done notched into that island there in the southwest corner of the sea cap. But all right, Neptune. Okay, so Neptune is here, done smoked out. I'm thinking I might maybe move on into that smoke cloud and try to use a lot of that and try to rain some fires down on the NC. But I don't know. That cloud's probably going down quickly. He's not in it, but I know there's a Benson too, so I am kind of worried about going into those smoke clouds with DDs afoot because that just makes yourself a smoke wall of skill torpedo target. All right, well, let's see in any case, see if we can maybe lob some HE11 onto this North Carolina. He was steaming hot and fast west side. So here we go. Fire full effect onto the NC. We know that the enemy Miz is still in the B cap somewhere with the destroyer. Yep, there's the enemy destroyer popped up on the mini map. And oh, I tag him on the butt. I take out an AA for 4 binkages, no damages, but I do get a fire. Oh, there's the Benson. Oh, priority target for sure. Guns are reloaded. He is making a turn. Is he making a turn? Anticipating the turn. Let's see if those line up. Oh, a little floaty. I don't know if I aimed them properly on that one, but oh, I land 3 for some damage, it looks like. It definitely incapacitated a module, probably knocked out his steering. A little Benson FU guns fired back at me. I laugh at your rainbow lobs. Now, I did launch my torpedoes onto that Miz because he was 14 kilometers and closing. So I'm hoping that he maybe goes for a bow-on maneuver around 10K, and we can have a meeting of my torpedo mines. Yeah, look at that, 13.5 now. He's steaming forward. You can see the little white V-wake in front of him coming off of his bow, so that definitely signifies that he's still moving forward. So come on, keep it coming, Miz. I'm running away. I'm too far away to launch my torpedoes. I feel safe. Oh, bankages, look at that, 1 pen and 6 bankages. All right, well, that little wake has slowed. You don't see that line anymore, so he's probably coming to a stop now. Oh, look at 5. Oh, more bankages, no damage. Come on. Gotta raise up the next time. Try to get my shells onto a superstructure. Oh, even more bankages, but I do take out some AA, but all right, well, he is not moving forward, so those torpedoes are probably not gonna make it. Yep. And they all puttered out. Oh, and it looks like he's puttering in the reverse now. So gonna aim for his butt to maybe land on the superstructure. That reversing hipper finally got taken down by our King George. Good job, Pheasant. So, and there we go. 2,500 points of damage and 2 fires from the 155 Mogami. Fire spammer club. Yes, please. Oh, Benson. He has just gone running south, and the enemy eye in the skies got taken down as well. So hopefully our Sky Cancer will move his fighter. Oh, look at that. Exactly. Sea captains, if you're carrier captains, you got to find those little scumbags and keep them lit. So something like that was just brutal. Oh, that Amagi, he ate a face full of torpedoes. Even the survivors got just torpedoed to death. Oh, you got to spot those little scumbags so we could put them down, put them out of our misery. But, all right, well, we still got that Miz, that King George, and that Benny, so watching those bad boys. Our team is looking good, definitely on the ship, so we are down on the counter still, and we got a crew of guys that went all the way up to the enemy spawn, but so too for the enemy ship, so I'm going to try to keep mindful as I move back into range to get onto that Missouri and maybe this King George, but I know that NC is going to be on my right hand side, so too for that Chucky. So if I can time it right, I might. Oh, I'm detected. All right, so that means that Benson is pretty close by. Oh, I'd so love to have radar. Come on, maybe our CV can maybe spot him with his planes that are flying by. So, so what I'm thinking about doing is maybe try to line up my starboard side torpedoes, my butt guns, my butt launchers. Oh shit! Oh my God! What is there? Pay attention! There's the Benson right there. Oh my God! He's popping smoke. Fire on his last known pauses. It disappears in the ether. He took a hit from our Missouri. I light him a fire, and I light him out of the game. Nice sweetness. Now, unfortunately, though, my position was definitely pinged by the enemy Benson, so the Missouri can see me, and definitely that North Carolina down south. Yep, got some North Carolina shells coming in. Yeah, I see you shooting at me. Same with you, Mr. Chucky. Now, definitely hold my fire, hopefully drop off the detection, and line up my butt torpedoes 10 kilometers range. So I'm going to fire one short and one maybe a little bit ahead of that shooting solution. Come on. Disappear. Oh, there we go. Finally disappeared into the ether. I am ninja'd once more. Here we go. Now that Missouri finally gets taken down by our friendly Miss Sweetness. So hopefully he's going to mosey on into that calf and work on their King George. So 2 boats left down south, looking like it's going to be all for yours truly. So I want to try to entice that North Carolina back into my shooting lanes with my torpedoes. So hopefully I can start a fire on his deck and turn him in. Oh, I do light a fire for a nice point of damage, and it does look like he's turning back into my shooting solution, and he put the fire out. Oh, excellent. That means he is going to be susceptible to flooding and fires here. Mosh gosh, and it looks like, all right, am I going to get any torpedo action? I don't know. I'm still trying to light some fires on his decks. Oh, I might get 2. Oh, maybe 2. Maybe doing 1 for sure. 1, 2. Oh, I got 1, but I did get a flood. Excellent. And I knocked out his engine to boot. Come on, can we get and a fire on top of that? Oh my goodness, Captain. That is exactly what I've been trying to showcase for I don't know how long now, is that damage control call out to be only set on fire and now flooding. Oh my goodness, and another fire, and I earned the Witherer. Excellent. That is exactly what I'm talking about with these Japanese boats, with my Takao, with this Mogami, setting fires, setting floods, one after the other, until you're dead. Well, hopefully this North Carolina is gonna know what he's supposed to do and die. Well, oh, our King George, then King George himself, the King George, and take a talk, North Carolina. It finally succumbed to the floods and the fires of the 155 Mogami. So all that leaves left is the Chucky Martel. He was trying to harass himself a little Chicago. He's going DD mode and going after CV hunting. So let's see if I can mosey on, close the distance, and try to take down this Chuck for just a little bit more damage. Excellent. So, oh, captains, I tell you what now, not a lot of cruisers to engage in this one, and that's basically how my Mogami experience went, even with my 203s. Yeah, not a lot of cruisers to shoot the AP at, and definitely anybody that I was shooting AP at that was over 10 kilometers, I got a lot of binkages, a lot of overpens, and a lot of penetrations for 0 Citadel, so I'm not really sure if that's a thing. I'm not sure about the mathematics about all that jazz, and if obviously when I got closer to that target in the highlights for that Edinburgh and that Otago, I mean, he was what, that Otago was like 4 kilometers away, so I would hope I could get some Citadel pens, but I don't know. But in any case, the bread and butter of the Mogami, of the 155s especially, is that HE fire spamming, which harkens back to those infamous stories of that brutal Mogami. So let's see if I can lay some fire loving on this Chucky Martel, 14 kilometers away. It could be a good shot. That looks like it's definitely not anywhere near him. Oh, crap balls. Swing and a miss. Now I'm going to try to lob those shells over the little island there. No, definitely take out some rocks, but no Chucky love. Come on. Boo, 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 boo. 13.5 kilometers. I'm probably lined up on the 15K notch on my sights there, so let's see if I can get some loving now finally. Hey, boom, boom, loving it, punches. 5,700 points of damage on that Chucky Martel. That is a nice salvo right there for HE captains. Oh, bueno, 3,800 points of damage. Got a fire, and the Confederate. Here we go. Can we get another 5,700 loving? Come on. Booping! Oh, 4,000. I knock out a module. This is the good night shot right here. And oh, wow, it certainly was, but not from myself. Oh, our Missouri. Coming from across the free throw line. Bags himself a Chucky Martel baguette. But I bagged myself 3 kills along the way, earning over 156,000 points of damage off of 215 shell strikes, 1 torpedo, and the 13 fires for the Confederate and the Witherer. Excellent. I love it. To finish, second on the shots behind the Missouri. Oh, good job, Reaper 6. I know he definitely got in some base capture points right there, and that's something that you can't do in the Mogami is base capture, but definitely not showcasing in this one because this was just straight kicking butt and burning names. But good job, Mr. Miz. And in the detail report, you can see Brady cut and drive for the 155 Mogami. 0 AP shells fired for 0 landed for 0 damages, but over 630 fired for 250 landed and just under 60,000 points of alpha damage. But check out in the bottom the supplemental income from the fires alone. 13 fires for 63,500 points of fire damage. 1 torpedo landed out of 16. That's a good. I will take that any day of the week for 13K alpha damage with another 20K sliding in on that flooding as I brought out the damage control to just knock him one in the ribs. Nice. Love it when a plan comes together. Thank you for participating in the lesson, Mr. North Carolina. And after Texas with a premium account in the Tier 9 matchup for the Tier 8 ship, 204,000 credits for just the standard account, just under 84K. So, you know, not the money maker necessarily for sure, but I ain't living in the pole house. Alright, captains, well, that was my review of the Imperial Japanese Navy's Tier 8 cruiser Mogami. I had, like I was saying in the very beginning, I had a weird time in this ship. I got bottom tiered almost the entire time I was in this bird, but I was still able to put together some pretty good matches, and she definitely spoke to what she used to be before the beating. but I couldn't help but feel that the tools at her disposal were just being shackled. They were being retarded by wargaming, and she could be just so much more lethal and dangerous. My goodness gracious, just with a little bit of range. Maybe the turret traverse could be buffed. I know it was even buffed to what it is now, which I could not believe that the 155 used to be even slower than what they are now, but she's still a good ship. She's not in my top 3. She's my number 4 favorite tier 8 ship thus far for cruisers. Behind the Takao and Kudasov and Edinburgh sits this lovely little 155 Mogami. Now, of course, for me, the jury is still out as to which little birdie is the best, the 155 or 203 version. But for my personal playstyle and to break up the 203 stranglehold that's had the Imperial Japanese line since tier 5, the 155 is my pick of the litter. Alright, captains, well, I hope you all learned a little bit about how to, and of course, as always, how not to captain the Mogami. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed the video. So thanks as always for watching, and until next time, I will see you all in game. Have fun, fair seas.